Hello, Dominic from BMT Spain, website for beginners to advanced players. And in this video, I'm going to give you a tip on how to make direction in your topspin serve. And the tip is actually very easy. Hammer into the direction. Now, what do we need to understand by that? Hammer is like you want to hammer a nail in a plank or in the wall. This motion that you make here, out of your wrist, which is actually going from radial to ulnar deviation. In this part, this is the most important part, is where are you going to make direction. Now, hammer in the direction, means that if I want to go to the outside, I need to hammer to the outside. If I want to go to the center, I need to hammer to the center. It sounds easy, but it is also easy once you control the hammer motion. Now, there are two ways. You can make topspin by using the hammer motion, radial to ulnar deviation, which has its limits and will go over into flexion. So, hammer into flexion, and we also have hammer and pronation. So, but the pronation part we will not do today because that is more for professionals. Now, for beginners to advanced, you will see more that radial to ulnar deviation going over in flexion or hammer into flexion. And for that we are going to start for the beginners and intermediate players. If you haven't seen topspin yet, you can also start in that Eastern forehand grip if you want, which will make it easier, because if you have to go up now, your racket will be open, and if you hammer, even with an open racket, now my racket is open, I go up, you will see that ball turns a lot. So you can have topspin with an open racket without any problem. So for that, in the beginning, learn to feel that hammer motion and the part where we go from radial to ulnar deviation. So with the Eastern forehand grip, it looks like this. Also, what I want to say, keep the ball behind you. Keep it not above you or in front of you. Try to keep it behind you, because it's more natural to go up here with your arm and make a hammer motion here. Then you have to go there and make a hammer here, because it will be hard to make a good direction. If the ball goes more to your side, you will also have the intention to turn more. So the more the ball is behind you, also the easier it will be to keep your body sideways instead of starting to turn to a ball which is a little more to the right side. So keeping the ball behind you, and just making a hammer motion against the ball. Now, as you can see, close to the line with a very high bounce, just by making here a hammer motion against the ball. My racket is open, because my racket here is open, it's already going also to that side. So I just have to focus on hammer, and as you can see, because I have a high curve, I also have a high bounce. Now, the next step is, finishing that radial to ulnar deviation and let it go into that flexed position, like this. Let's give me two more balls, So, hammer into that flexion position. So as you can see, now my wrist is flexed, and it was also a good serve. So behind you, up, and as you can see, I have enough spin, I will not make mistakes, So, three good serves, for beginners, intermediate players. This is already good, you will not make mistakes. Now, if you want to hit faster with that serve, you have to start to change your toss, not more above you or behind you, let's say, but a little bit more in front, but that is for another time. Now, once you have control over this, you can start to go to the continental or to the hammer grip, which makes it a little more difficult for a lot of people, and they hit it with the frame. And it's because they have not enough pronation, because the racket in a normal swing here will come from behind, and here you start to have pronation. And here in that pronation, you will see that the racket starts to open a little bit and this is where you can go up against the ball, and that is actually where a lot of people make the mistakes in their topspin. But try to make that hammer motion, yeah, and pronation will normally go in naturally. So for that, also now with that normal grip, try just to focus on hammer, yeah, against the ball. You can see, no problem, you hammer against the ball. You hammer against the ball. I can do this all day. And again, the next step is hammer, yeah, into that flexed position like this. As you can see now, it's more. That toss should have been a little more behind me, yeah. And as you can see, my wrist is in that flexed position. And the next step is the finish, yeah. Once you have made contact, yeah, you can start to turn into the court, but you want to stay sideways. You want to stay with your body in that direction, yeah, until you have made contact like I did now. But once you made contact, you can start to learn to turn, yeah, into the court. So touch, bam, and you come back. Also again, that ball could have been a little more behind me, yeah. I'm used to it, I can control it a little bit, but especially, yeah, beginners, intermediate, try to be sure that the ball is behind you, like this, and then you turn after contact, where with the first serve you turn first and then make contact. Here you make first contact and then you turn. And now the tip, once you have control over that hammer motion, you need to start to learn to hammer into the direction. Now, I'm going to hammer to the outside, and for that I want the ball behind me, but just focusing on this part. Now that's a nice one to the outside. And that's another nice one to the outside, just by focusing on hammer in the direction. Now I'm going to hammer into the center. As you can see, I'm more into the center now. And this one goes more to the center. So this is actually the tip. Learn to feel that hammer motion and just make that hammer motion in a direction. And I'm sure you will catch it very quickly. Don't worry too much about this wrist action, yeah, that pronation. Once you have that everything under control and you want more, then you can start to learn that pronation. Now I'm going to show you some slow motion videos with the difference of a pronated topspin serve and a, let's call it a flexed topspin serve. So let's check those videos out, and all I can say, thank you for watching. See you in another video.